Good day, folks, or good evening, whichever applies. This is your host, Lord Valdrox here. Now, if you've been following my videos, then you know the next set of servants that I'll be showcasing will be all of them, I guess you could say, all of the servants that came out in London, as far as 4 stars and 5 stars are concerned, with the exception of Tesla. As I mentioned before, unfortunately I don't have Tesla in my arsenal, although this video will, I guess you could say, turn into a slight role for him, with just merely ticket attempt pulls and nothing more else. If he shows up in those tickets, then I can try to showcase him, but no promises. So we'll do a couple of pulls in this video, and I guess you could say, hey, if he shows up, he shows up. That's about it though. So here we go, folks. Again, I'm not expecting him to show up. He does not deserve any more quartz than I've already thrown at him. But if for some miracle he does show up, well then, but I sincerely doubt it. I don't believe in tickets. The only time I've gotten a gold star servant from a ticket was Orion, and that was 2 months ago, I want to say. Anyways, continuing on. I'll probably pull at least up to a total of 5 tickets, and that's about it. Leaving me at 2 tickets, or I might concede even before that. Another rider. Is that Uchiwa Kamaru again? No, Boudica. We'll try one more. Possibly another one after this. Really can't see myself spending force on this pattern. Anyone else in their bright right mind would not spend quartz either. Lancer. At least I'm getting servants, I guess. One more and that'll be it, folks. Hey, craft essence. 5 star, I guess. We'll take it. I'm done, folks. Unfortunately, no Tesla, and like I said, I won't be spending quartz on him because after throwing at least a hefty amount, which I can now say it's probably close to 1,300 quartz in total spent on it, even though it's separate banners, one being the London banner and one being the Chaldea Boys banner. I don't feel Tesla deserves any more quartz. Yes, I know it sucks that I don't have him, and unfortunately he's one of those servants where, again, he is story locked, so you can't really expect him to spook you, which is unfortunate. But that's the way things are, unfortunately. Yeah, so starting right off the bat right there, yes, as I mentioned before, Tesla is story locked, so if you don't have him, and I mean you don't have him at all, then tough luck, folks. I mean, forgive my wording, I'm not thinking straight right now. What I meant to say was, if you want him, then this might be your only other chance to acquire him, because he, along with Lancer Astoria, they're both story locked, so there's no other way to obtain them besides rolling in specified banners where they show up as a raid up, because there's no chance that they're ever gonna spook you outside specified banners. So you want either Tesla or Artoria back there in the back, Lancer Astoria. You're going to have to go out of your way to roll for them. And I know I said I'm not gonna roll for them, but there is a strong possibility that just maybe I might decide to do a couple more rolls, but any more than unnecessary, now I'm going out of my way. But we'll see. Who knows? Who knows? I may decide to do a video pull after this, but right now let's continue. So the only servants I'll be illustrating right now will be Mordred, Lancer Astoria, Nursery Rhyme, and Fran, or Frankenstein. So let's go back and continue then. Anyways, we'll tackle the quest from over here. And let's see. Sure, that'll have to do, I suppose. And yes, we'll be at a type disadvantage just slightly, but it shouldn't matter too much. Actually, 2 types disadvantages. But even so, I believe in their power. That and there we have a support waiver in the back. Actually, if anything, I probably should put that support waiver in the front. I'm hoping to at least showcase all the servants. More likely than not though, I will probably jump around. So we'll see. I should attack the one. Not bad, Mordred. Stop hitting the nursery rhyme. A neat little skill. She can heal herself and charge her MP by roughly around 30% is what I want to say. So let's see. Probably showcase at least Mordred's, but it's only one enemy. Or if anything, Lancer Astoria. See her raw damage without no buffs. With buffs, it would have been more destructive. 17k without no buffs. I know it's not that impressive, especially against one enemy, but she is a mobby type of servant. AoE, if you want to call it. Now we'll have her grace us with some attack buff before we swap her out. And a couple of crit stars too. And we'll swap her out. Ran incoming. I hope they can pull this off just the way I'd like it to. Actually, if anything, I kind of should have used that removal phantasm in the previous round, but we'll make do. Let's see. We'll let Mordred shine this turn. We'll probably use that next turn. All Mordred cards. And she's at MP2. I'll make note of that. 83k, not bad. Divide that by 3. Yes, you'd have to round up just a little bit to get some numbers, but 6,000 more brings you at 90,000, therefore 30,000. You subtract 6,000 divided by 3, that's 2,000 per, so at roughly looking at 28,000 damage per enemy. And then that's fully buffed too. Anyways though, Nursery's Rise, it's time to shine. Nice. Unfortunately my friend's only at MP2, but still she'll do wonders. Oh, and this skill too. 20% buff, nice. So, we'll do this. Friend will have her trying to shine. Huh, I got to display everyone's noble phantasm. Lovely ladies indeed. You know what folks, I probably will do another roll video. And pre-strength, but burns herself, unfortunately. Poor Fran, I'm sorry about that. I'll do that, and then that. Fran's damage is destructive, if it weren't for the fact that she stunned herself. Only the light words took that out. And that's our MP1 strength too. 37k to a single enemy. There you have it, folks. And some mana prisms. Suffice to say, though, that was a pretty quick fight. Well, there you have it. I don't know what else I can say. And I guess if I do happen to obtain Nikola Tesla, I may decide to have him have a dedicated solo video, I guess you could say, him showcase him by himself, but who knows, we'll see. For right now, this is where we're in this video. And again, folks, thank you for watching, as always. I do what I can to, help illustrate some, I guess, things that may be overlooked, or even if they have been shown before. It's one of those things where there's still multiple people that are joining even as we speak right now. Maybe not in this very instance, but even so, it's nice to have a refresher, or at least, a recent, I guess you could say, overview, or at least an explanation of what's going on right now, and at the very least the chances of these banners, because you know what, be it as it may, not everyone's going to be knowing about what's going on with these banners and what to expect. Like, if we go back over here right now, the two 5-stars that share share the chance of being drawn, and because when it's only one that has the, let's say if it was one 5-star that had the rate up, it would be that 70% chance to draw them. But because since it's split down the middle, it's a 35% chance per, with the other 30% being any other 5-star that can spook you. The same applies with the 4-stars, and in this case you have 3 4-stars, so if you're going after the 4-stars, it's an even bigger number to deal with out of that 70% chance divided by 3, assuming the numbers still stay the same with it as they were for the 5-stars. So you probably have a higher chance of, well, the chances remain independent. For the 5-star, it'll always be a 1% chance, and for the 4-stars, it'll always be a, if I recall correctly, was it 4% chance? Let's just double check, folks. Yes, the 1% is for the 5-stars, and 4% is for the craft essence. 3%, ouch, for the 4-stars. Mordred, Nikola Tesla, Ultra Pendragon Altar, Nursery Rhyme, Frankenstein, Henry Jekyll. You know what, we're gonna be rolling again. Fuck this. Again, my apologies for the language there, folks. But anyways, a quick overview, because I kind of want to make a rolling video, but it'll have to be separate from this video, because it is going to be going long. Anyways, jumping onto the servants. So Mordred, as we went over some of her skills we displayed right now a couple minutes ago. Mana Burst, increases your Buster card effectiveness. So hers is at level 7, so I like that. And she also has Intuition, which gives her a large amount of critical stars upon usage. And then Secret Pedigree, remove all debuffs, which is a very nice skill, and greatly increased defense, added bonus, and increased MP gauge, as you saw, and that was, I believe it was 20%. And then passive skills, Magic Resistance B, and Riding Skill B, and Clarent Blood Arthur. Similar to Mysterious Heroine X, if you guys have been around long. Otherwise, there's some videos out there that describe Mysterious Heroine X, but I wouldn't mind shedding some light now and then if someone were to ask and actually look at the actual character card. But for right now, Clarent Blood Arthur. It's A+, it's anti-army, and deals heavy special attack damage to all Arthur enemies. Pretty much anyone that has Artoria space gets extra damage. And let's see, special attack damage increases with overcharge, plus slightly restore your MP gauge, which again similar to her father, Chichue. On to the next servant. And we have Lancer Astoria Pendragon. Same as Mordred, Mana Burst, A+, increase your Buster card effectiveness, and Protection of Worlds, and increase your C-Star gather rate, and increased critical strength. 1 turn plus gain critical stars. So not only does she produce the stars, she increases her C-star gather rate and increases her critical strength. So that's C-stars and the gain on demand. She works nicely alongside those that produce crit stars. And let's not forget charisma. It's E rank, which is pretty much the same as Saber Artoria Altars skill. Then passive skills, magic resistance B, and riding skill A. And then her noble phantasm, Rongo Minion, Buster card. And you can form a Buster break chain if you want to do that as well for more damage for the Buster cards, not the noble phantasm necessarily itself. But deals heavy defense ignoring damage to all enemies and medium chance to inflict MP seal. And curse 5 turns. Effect increases with overcharge to all enemies. Again, deal heavy defense ignoring damage. If your enemy happens to raise the defense, well, it's not going to do him any good because that's still going to pierce through the defenses. Anyways, continuing on. Nursery Rhyme, or Alice if some like to call her. First skill, self-modification A, increase critical strength for 3 turns and increase C-star gather rate. She's one of those casters where she makes use of crit stars. A very unique caster, I guess you could say. Because not many have a skill that allows them to gain the crit stars like her. So I guess you can call her a crit caster. Although how reliable you'd want to say that is, that's dependent, I guess. That's dependent. And then Morph Egg Plus. Greatly increase defense 1 turn and increase defense for 3 turns and debuff resist for 3 turns. So not only does she stand to not have her buffs penalized from her away, or removed in that case, she also greatly increases her defense for 1 turn, increases defense over the course of 3 turns, so expect her not to be killed so easily provided you activate that skill on time. And then her last skill, Meanwhile, increase MP gauge and restore HP and remove all debuffs for yourself. So in addition, even if she were to be penalized with stat, I guess you could say penalties, she has the ability to remove that and increase her MP and restore her HP, so not bad. Self-sustaining somewhat. And Territory Creation A, her passive skill. And then as for her noble phantasm, it's arts based, so you can form an arts change, even more so given the fact that she has 3 arts cards in her deck. But as far as the noble phantasm, deal heavy damage to all enemies and a chance to decrease charge. And chance increases with overcharge and decrease defense for 3 turns for all enemies. So in addition to dealing a lot of damage, she also has a chance to decrease the charge. So for those of you that like to play stall teams, Nursery Rhymes is a great addition to those arts teams that play with the stall teams. It also decrease in defense, so pretty much similar to Waver, other than the fact that sure she doesn't inflict curse, but she does 2 out of the 3, actually 2 out of the 4, because let's not forget Waver also stuns. So anyways, continue on. And the last one, starts from not the least one, Frankenstein. Our beloved little Frankenstein. First skill, Galvanism B. Increase your MP gain. Pretty much as the name states, pretty much allows her to charge faster and gain her MP a little faster. Especially for Berserkers, they need a skill like this. With, I believe, her only having a skill like this, there might be other Berserkers, but not many have those, I guess you could say, gain rate skills for their MP so they can use their noble phantasms faster. And then her second skill, Wail the Living Dead. Medium chance to inflict stun and decrease defense. So, in addition to stunning, she can also decrease defense. I guess that's nice. The stun, it's a 50-50 chance, so don't always try to rely on it. But if it happens, you know, I guess you're a lucky person. And then the last skill that I used in the previous battle, Overload. Greatly increase MP strength 1 turn and inflict burn 5 turns demerit for yourself. Oh, now that's just a mean skill to her. Yeah, sure, it greatly increases her MP strength. I think that's part of the reason why she hit 37k damage. That's so mean to Fran, hitting her with so many penalties. Anyways, moving on. Passive skill Madness Enhancing D, slightly increase your Buster card effectiveness. Kinda weird that she has something like that, since she has, yes, 3 Buster cards where her Noble Phantasm is Quick Base. Speaking of which, you can't form a Quick Base chain with hers like you do with Lancelot, which kinda sucks. But it is what it is. Actually, no, my apologies, even Lancelot, you can't do that with him as well. He also has 3 Buster cards. The only Berserker, as far as I know, in our roster that allows us to form chains is with Vlad, seeing as now he has Arts cards based. But even then, though, so you have to play around with other servants who have quick cards at the time in order to make a quick chain, just so you can get some crit stars. But anyways, though, Blasted Tree, D to B+. It's anti-army. Deal considerable damage to all enemies and increase critical rate for 3 turns. So I guess the less chance for them to inflict damage that's critical based, so you take less damage. Still, to a Berserker that's almost next to nothing because they still take a hefty amount of damage. Also inflicts stun to yourself, similar to Jeanne d'Arc. Stunning yourself. What's with the whole stun though? I think aside from her, also Tamamo Cat also stuns herself, as far as I know. So yeah, they really don't love Mavi Berserkers with the exception of Lancelot. Not to say that Lancelot isn't special, but still. And there you have it, folks. Like I said, I'll probably make another video when I'm rolling, but this is where we're at right now. Any case though, yeah, I'm glad to be of assistance just to illustrate some of these things right now, with stuff going on. Granted, sure, there may be in those of veteran players baiting banners, but in the eyes of, you know, new players, you know, it's something to look at, something to keep you guessing, something to help you out with. If you want any of these servants, again, more power to you. No one's stopping you. Like I said, Tesla is locked to story, same with Lancer Astoria. If you want them, here's another chance. No guarantees, but if you're willing to test your luck and you want these servants, again, go after them. It's your choice, folks. Anyways though, this is your host, Lord Valdrox. I wish you all good luck in your pulls and in all your other future endeavors as they come along. I hope you continue watching my videos as I try to do my best to provide little to almost any kind of support that I have to offer. Anyways though, do take care and good luck.